How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Rows back with another video. We are coming at you with some Spinmaster Shapes collection. What a dumb name that they picked for that. But it is what it is. From the PlayStation line, we have The Last of Us, Joel and Ellie. I was like, missed out on the NECA 2-pack. They had the Lim Toys ones that are like on like 5K Toys and other websites that are like $300. And I just waited it out. And finally, Spinmaster announced this one. So I was like, scoop. So yeah, with all that being said, let's take a closer look at the box and we'll take these bad boys open. Taking a look at the box, at the top it says PlayStation, then it says The Last of Us, Joel and Ellie, 30 plus points of articulation, not much here. On the side we get some artwork from the game, and then it says the Shapes collection down there. On the back, a shot of Joel and Ellie from the game. Render and accessories on this side. Top of the box, nothing. Bottom of the box, and with all that being said, I can't think of a quote from the game, so yeah, let's just get them open. I'm just gonna say this while I'm getting the stuff out of the box. Oh, is my mic on? It's on. It should not take an arm and a leg to get the thing that you're getting out of a stupid plastic thing. Like, if you want to use plastic, like a plastic tray to put stuff in, fine. But don't make it harder than fucking Satan's dick to get the fucking plastic out. Like, I'm gonna swear at this point, because God, this is frustrating. I've been doing this for like 5 minutes, y'all. So that's a negative on this. And plus, I'm looking at Joel and Ellie, and their torso articulation is wild, like the choice that they made. But we're not here yet. I got them both out of that plastic, but I still gotta get the accessories out. So just a side. Here we have our Last of Us, Joel and Ellie from Spinmaster out of the box. And as impressive as the other releases from this line were, these guys have some like quirks that I just don't know about. They look good. The face sculpt is really good on Joel, of course. And Ellie over here, if she wants to look up. Let's see. She has some really weird, specifically. I mean, he has some weird torso articulation, but she has some really weird articulation. Hello, focus. Hello. But yeah, good Ellie face sculpt, nice paint up. She's got her t-shirt with the palm trees on it. You can see that wonky articulation I'm talking about in their torsos. Joel's got a flannel shirt, some jeans, some boots with a little bit of a wash on all that stuff to make it look a little dirty and worn in. And they got their backpacks on. So, you know, those are part of the accessories, but they rarely ever take them off, so that's part of them as well. Paint apps are all there. On her hands, it's a little iffy. On his hands as well, there's a little bit of some stuff. I'm just like, you could have tried harder. But looks a lot like Ellie. Looks a lot like Joel, so at least we got that. I am glad to have the representation of them finally. Those NECA ones went up in price. Those third-party ones are super expensive. But these guys are fitting in with the rest of the PlayStation stuff. They really need to make a Nathan Drake and have it like the perfect articulation and just figure it out, because I really want a Nathan Drake from this line. That's what I want. The whole Uncharted crew, actually. But here is Joel and Ellie. Checking out their height, let's see here. Like, they're shorter. They're on the SH Figuarts scale of 1/12. So Joel is like just a smidge under 6. And Ellie is, well, about 4 3/4. But her ankle doesn't, I have to heat her ankle up, because it has a fucking hinge. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. It has a freaking hinge and it doesn't want to budge. So let me do that before I do the articulation. Checking out the articulation, we're going to start with Joel here. And if it wants to focus, head goes forward and backward, side to side really well. There's no problems there. Shoulders come up 90 degrees. There's a butterfly joint in there as well. Bicep cut, single elbows, but that's been par for the course for Spinmaster, but they do work well. We get a little over 90 degrees. This is where I have gripes. Like, you did this weird ugly cut here, and there's barely any back or forward anyway, so you should have just not done this and maybe just left that waist peg down there. But this, like, it's ugly. Why would you do that? Legs forward, to the side, thigh cut, back. Can he kick his own butt with his pinned double knees? Yes, he can. And coming down to the feet, we have a ball peg on a rocker. So we do get slight amount forward and backwards. So, you know, there's not a lot of movement there. So they could have just left that as it was. And then, of course, the arms are on a ball or a hinge and socket. So there's, you know, they're hinged. So that is Joel's articulation. And he articulates, but like not at the torso. So why'd you put that cut there? And you also gave him, you know, the Spin Master feat that you've been giving the rest of them. And then we get to, well, come on, Joel. Joel wants to stand up now. See, it's really tight too. The other Spin Master figures have not been this tight. So if you can tell, my opinion so far is not super duper positive on these guys, other than the way they look, but even then it's messed up by the articulation cuts. So Ellie, backward, forward, to the side, shoulders come up 90 degrees. We get a slight butterfly joint in there. No bicep cut, but it does rotate fully at the shoulders. Single hinge at the elbow, which is pretty tight. Really, really weird ball peg and ab crunch, which gives her good range of movement, but it's just really ugly. Once again, like, you made something really ugly, and it doesn't really fix it because she's kind of flimsy because of it too. So no waist cut or anything. All the articulation is done at the torso, and then that cut right there. Legs come forward, to the side, and back barely at all. We do get a thigh cut, double knees, so she can kick her own butt. And these ugly hinge joints, and I understand why they did it because she's got really small legs. And she's wearing jeans, but Joel barely had any ankle articulation anyway, so why bother doing it? So you can see that it's a hinge built into the jean, and then there's also a rocker, but it's just a lot of questionable choices with the articulation on these two. It's like, sometimes if you think you can do something and you're not sure, maybe you should just not do it. So actually, Joel also has drop down hips, so I didn't notice that before. And then Ellie does have a bicep cut just at her sleeve, so you can turn her arms separately from the shoulder. So yeah, checking out their accessories, going back to the backpacks first of all, you can see Ellie's has a lot of nicely painted details and a beautiful sculpt. It's got all the different colors. And then Joel's, it was just a plain old bag with duct tape all over it to keep it from falling apart. So we get a backpack for each of them. Then we get a rifle and a bow for Ellie, for obvious reasons if you played the game. And was that focused? Sorry, I'm not too close. Yeah. So those are nice, painted nicely. I'm not trying to dog this line because I like the characters and the selection and all that stuff. But sometimes some of the stuff that a line does when they're starting out and experimenting is not so good, and that articulation has really let me down. We got a shotgun and then an arrow for Ellie's bow as well. We get a machete and 2 handguns right here, if I can pick them up. Got all these accessories in a tin. Machete and 2 handguns, so, you know, Last of Us, they use whatever they can find. And then we get Ellie's knife right here, her little switchblade, which is really small. So I dropped all this stuff and I had to search around the carpet to make sure I didn't lose it. But we got her little switchblade right here. And then Joel gets 5 hands for various grabbing and punching and posing. And Ellie gets four hands for the same reason. And the paint, like, on Ellie's hands is a little iffy where the sweater's supposed to be. So there's some gripes with this. But overall, it's okay. It's just letting you know, if you want these guys, be prepared for some weird articulation. Another gripe here. So there's a broken hand for Ellie because, like I said, these are not like the other Spin Master figures. The plastic is hard, the joints are hard. I was trying to pull her hand out, and if a figure is supposed to have swappable hands, probably shouldn't break when you're trying to take it out or put it in. So just another note, if you're planning on buying this, I would say don't do it. So I'm probably not going to swap either of their hands again, because that just seems like a bad idea. First up, here they are with this Spin Master Kratos and Atreus, which are both much better figures. Here they are with Horizon Zero Dawn Alloy, my NECA Nathan Drake, Mothex Homelander and Starlight, Mezco's The Mask and SH Figuarts Harley Quinn, and then lastly some Haya and CT toys. So with all that being said, y'all, when I first got this set and I was about to open it, I was super excited, and then as I started opening it, I was like, oh, this is not like the other Spin Master releases. This is kind of like mid, because this Joel and Ellie is just kind of disappointing. Like, from getting out of the box was frustrating. Their articulation is really weird in the torsos and her feet. It's just some really strange choices when they had such a strong start with this line. And it's kind of making me second guess if I want to continue getting these, if they're going to like be like, yeah, we're going to start strong, and then we're just kind of because, yeah, despite the amount of accessories and all that stuff, the paint apps on some of the accessories are bad, like Ellie's hands. It's kind of really bad looking, and it's just, you know, their articulation's weird, and I'm not happy with it. It's not the coolest thing. I'm super happy to have a Joel and Ellie, and now I'm just like, maybe I shouldn't have had a Joel and Ellie. But it is what it is. That's why I do these videos, so that if you're on the fence about it and you see my video, you're like, oh, well, now I know better, or if I want to get that or not. So yeah, if you guys like this video for that informative reason, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're still watching at this point. Check out my Patreon. It's $1 for early videos. We're doing giveaways when we hit certain points, so check out those milestone giveaways. And comment down below. Let me know if you're going to skip this now, if you like The Last of Us, if you played it. I've actually played the first game. I haven't played the second one. But I really like the first one, so I was like really hyped for this. It's like, this is going to be cool, so cool. Maybe I'll feel differently when I get into photography and all that stuff. We'll see. But for now, I'm just kind of like right in the middle on this. It's kind of like a 5.5 out of 10, which is pretty terrible as far as some of the stuff that I've gotten before where I'm just not very happy. But I'm just like, look at this weird articulation. It's so weird. And then he has none in his torso. Like, but yeah, do all that stuff. I love you. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.